All right, good morning, y'all. If you could please remember to put your microphones on mute and try to stop your video so we can save some bandwidth. We're going to go ahead and get started. It's 8:30 on the dot. Our faculty meeting this morning is going to be informative. It's not going to be terribly long. We want you to remember to take advantage of the Zoom group chat to ask your questions, and we will circle back around like we did last time and answer any questions that you have. Um, you know something, I'll just start off by saying I miss y'all and I miss the kids. I was talking to my wife the other day. I was just telling her that for a day or two, I was like, oh man, I don't have to deal with, any discipline, but I kind of miss that now. Cause now I'm dealing with my own kids. So I love them little critters, but whew, man. So everybody needs a place. And my son DJ has affectionately named me Mr. Business on the top, party on the shorts, because I wear my shirts like these and, I'm comfortable with my pants. So that's just our new norm, I guess. I have a lot of different meetings throughout the day with admin, trying to make sense of everything. So we'll update you with some more information today. I have some more meetings this afternoon, so I have even more information for you. But nonetheless, I'm going to go ahead and get started. I'm going to share my screen now, and I'm going to go through a couple of things. Some of the admin team are going to speak out on a couple of things. And sorry that my text messages are going wild right about now. But yeah, we're going to go through the agenda, talk about some things on the agenda, and then afterwards, we have some questions, we have some extra time, and we'll go through a couple of them and go from there. But I appreciate you being here. I appreciate you being on the team. I'm extremely proud. I'll talk about that in just a second. But right now, I'm going to share my screen. Can y'all see my screen? Okay, awesome. I got the messages. Okay, so this is the agenda for today. We've got a few people that might need to use their device. You can take care of that. I greatly appreciate it. We're recording, so I want to make sure everybody can hear the information. So the first thing that I want to go over is just talk about celebrations. I have quite a few of them. It's very interesting. We have a lot of people doing a lot of great things behind the scenes that y'all may not see. I get a chance to see a lot of it. So I just want to do some celebrations and kind of bring it forward, some of the things we have going on. The first person I want to give a shout out to is Miss Broussard, my Dean of Instruction. Y'all can't see it, but she's been doing a fantastic job trying to get all of our Edgenuity together, our learning packages, and make sure that all of the kids and adults have materials and the kids are not losing any instruction. She's also been putting herself on just in harm's way, doing a lot of secret missions, a lot of traveling. So, Broussard, I really appreciate you. The staff appreciates you. I know the community does. A lot of things you do is behind the scenes, but you're doing a fantastic job, so we appreciate it. The next person is Miss KW. That's Katrina White. She has been doing, behind the scenes. She's been what we call it the KW IT shop, because she's been helping support what we have going on at Edgenuity. She has a little experience with it at the high school, so she's been helping answering those questions and being on the Google Classroom stream, helping out a lot. So thank you very, very much. I'm not going to say the motto here this morning, but thank you, Miss White. The next person, Miss Wilson, Sherelle Wilson. As we were going through things and trying to find out who has the expertise in Edgenuity, it came to our mind, hey man, we have Miss Wilson. She's worked with that program before. And Ms. Wilson, she's also been offering a lot of Edgenuity support behind the scenes and answering questions and helping us out, you know, when we don't have the answer. So thank you, Ms. Wilson. The next three people that I'm going to mention, you know, one of the things that I always wondered about or how we were going to do it is just keep up the social aspect. And that's good educators having conversations about what's working and what's not working. These next three people have really been spending a lot of time on the Google Streams, answering questions, giving ideas, giving solutions, giving little tips here and there. One of them is Miss Phillips. She's just been really supportive, giving you know, people ideas and talking about the pacing calendar. Miss Coleman, Angela Coleman, she's also been doing a good job helping us out on the Google Stream. And Miss D. Sims, she's on fire. I mean, she's always on fire, but she's on fire in this new format. And I really, you know, we really appreciate it because you can't see it, but administrators, we are, you know, we're always trying to meet and talk and try to figure things out. So we're not always on the Google Stream. So it really helps when we have people like that helping everybody out. So I appreciate it. Next person I want to celebrate is Miss Nickel Mertz, Miss Ashley Nickel Mertz. She, through everything, she's just been really joyous, real helpful. She's extremely hardworking. Anything we ask her to do, she'll do it and more in God's speed. So we really appreciate it. You know, in this time of uncertainty, it's always great to just have a smile and a willing attitude and just hard work. So we really appreciate it. So the next people that I want to celebrate is Mr. Lee and Ross for putting a plan in place to get the instrument out to their kids so they can, you know, so the kids can have something to do over the break. I can only imagine, I know how I am as a parent, and I'm trying to find things for my kids to do. So they went above and beyond, put themselves in harm's way to get all of those band instruments out to their kiddos. So I really appreciate that. And also Mr. Payne, he did the same thing, you know, on Williams Notice. He put some things together so that his kids will be able to have their orchestra instrument. And Mr. Payne, I also saw the recommendation that you put on the pre-faculty meeting where you asked for like a dozen orchestra rooms and all of the instruments and all of that stuff. So I see it, and it's duly noted. Don't know if it's going to happen, but I did see it. And really, the last shout out that I wanted to go over is kind of a blanket shout out, and it's for the whole campus. I was really proud of the campus the other day. We had a principal meeting, one of our many principal meetings, and we were just going over where each campus stands as far as implementing the digital learning plan and packets and all of those things. So we got on, Mr. Davis started talking, and the first thing that he mentioned was, man, you know, Nola's doing a really good job. Nola's doing a really good job with the digital learning plan. And at that time, we were 67% of our students were in Edgenuity and showing work and you know, and really being active in it. And you know, 67% is, you know, of course we want to be at 100%, but the cool thing about it is the other campus that was the highest was only at 30%. So it's just a testament of the hard work, you know, that we've been putting in, that you all been putting in to contact those kids, contact the parents mostly, and just give them the information so that they're able to get on and they know what to do, and they're able to get it done. So we really appreciate that. I was really proud. It kind of caught me off guard. So right after that, you know, I'm smiling. I blacked my screen out and smiled a little bit so they couldn't see it. But right after that, Mr. Davis was like, so Mr. Bradley, talk to us. Tell us what y'all are doing. So I was like, oh my goodness. I said, I hadn't brushed my hair yet, all of that stuff. So I, got a little brush real quick and tried to straighten the waves down. And I just talked. So I talked for about 20 to 30 minutes about, what we're doing on campus, how receptive you all have been, how we're contacting parents, how, all of the structure and the things that we're doing and the things we put in place. And it shined a really bright light on the campus. So I really appreciate y'all. Numbers don't lie. Y'all been putting in the hard work. I really appreciate it. And I think as we go forward and we really start working with Edgenuity more and the systems we have in place, of course we have some things to fine tune. I think it'll get better and better, and we'll become more comfortable with it. So. But right now, I definitely want to give y'all a shout out. That was an awesome surprise. I didn't know it was coming, and they put us on blast for something great, and it was a good feeling. So thank y'all. So next up, those are my celebrations. I know that y'all are probably doing a lot of great things that I may or may not see in the streams or whatnot. So it's definitely not the only thing that we're celebrating, but those are some of the things that came to mind that I can think of. So the next thing on the agenda is Edgenuity. The thing that I want to say about that is I know we have different questions and there are little things that may be not working here or there. I definitely appreciate y'all being the champions and working through it and asking questions and people supporting each other. Just remember that this is a work in progress. This is a new situation for all of us. Nobody asked for it. Nobody was prepared for it, but I definitely think we are making lemonade out of lemons. So just hang with us. It's new. We're trying to work our way through it, just like everybody else. So that's our platform. That's what we'll do, but it will get better. But what I definitely want is you all to keep feeding the questions to us. That's how we get better. That's how we adjust things, is when y'all ask questions and it makes us go look and search for answers. So I definitely appreciate that. And that's really the most thing I wanted to mention about Edgenuity. If y'all have some specific questions about it, make sure you ask it in the chat so we can go back and answer them and get them out to the entire campus. The next thing that we're going to talk about is packets. I know Mr. Broussard wanted to mention something about packets.
Good morning, y'all. I hope everybody is doing well. I'm so very proud of all of the great things that we're doing on our campus during this time. And I just wanted to let you all know that phase 2 of the packets are going to go out next week, depending on what we do as a city in regards to, right now we're not in a full shelter in place, but whatever happens, we'll decide how we're going to distribute those packets. But the only students that are getting packets on phase 2 are the 210 lovely, wonderful children that came to get the original ones. So if you have anybody that are requesting packets, we will be able to email them those packets and we'll be able to give them that and they can go print them out themselves. But we are only going to give packets to those who actually came up the first time. We do have to put some precautions in place because of our current situation. So we can't just allow anybody to come up to the school. But we did make phone calls. Shout out to all of our secretaries and paras who have been helping us with making those phone calls. But just wanted to let you all know that I will be uploading those into Google Classroom so that you can see them as well. These packets do take the kids all the way to the end of the year. There has not been a decision made about us going all the way to the end of the year, but again, worst case scenario, if we do, those students will have something to work on. So I just wanted to make sure that everybody understood about what was going on with the packets. I know we have some parents that are saying, oh, well, you know, I want the packet, or of course, some of the kids are probably, oh, I'm doing the packet instead of going online and sharing with each other. They're not going to be able to get the packets. They'll still have to work online. But just remember, and I know Ms. White is about to talk about grading policy and everything else. Remember, just give everybody grace right now, because we all need grace at this point with all the craziness that's going on. Don't let this stress you out. Just make sure that we're just keeping an accurate documentation of everything, because we know that TA or the district may ask for anything at the drop of a hat. So that's all I got to say. You all are awesome. I thank you all for everything that you're doing. And I'm just super excited to be a stallion right now.
Thank you, Dean Broussard. I too am excited to be a stallion. Even though it is a digital stallion, I'm still, excited to be a stallion. So Mr. O'Keefe is going to talk about documentation in just a second, and I'll probably add a few statements onto that. But right now, Ms. White, our KW, will talk to you about our the new updates as far as the grading policy.
Good morning, everyone. I am going to share my screen. Is that okay, Mr. Bradley? Okay. Oh, I cannot because the host is sharing his screen. Thank you, sir. Uh-oh. Host disabled participant screen sharing. Uh-oh. I thought I was going to be able to share my screen, everyone, so I apologize that I cannot. I'll tell you what I will do. I will go ahead and put a screencastify on for everyone, because those have deemed to be quite helpful. And I'm going to show you some information about where to find the grades. As I've been talking to everybody, I've been showing them the progress report option. And then another teacher has also shown me, Ms. Fingelman showed me another way to look at all the kids at one time instead of individually. But if right after the conclusion of this meeting, I will show you a great place to find your 2 grades. There's a part that shows a percentage of completion for your kiddos on the progress report. And then there's an overall grade, because I know there was some discussion about what grade to take, what grade would be the best grade. And the best grade for us to take, of course, will be the overall grade, and then the completion grade, which is participation. When I was at the high school and I had to monitor seniors for graduation requirements through Ingenuity, I used to save a copy, print and save a copy of the student's progress report week to week. And that is a very, very helpful process, because then that way you have your own documentation of, where was the student last week as opposed to this week for you to determine their participation grade. I know that there are a lot of things with due dates and different stuff out there, but at the most, we don't know what's going on with the kiddos at home. So, like Mr. Bradley and Ms. Broussard already mentioned, it's just about making sure that our kiddos have grace right now at this time. We want them to improve 5 to 7% per week per course. So of course, you want to kind of look at that from week to week to see how they're doing. And it is as far as completion, not just them sitting idly on the computer. So again, I'll do a screencastify and I will post it. I will also send it to everyone to your individual email box, to your actual email as well. One other thing that I wanted to mention, I hope you're okay with me mentioning this, Mr. Bradley. I don't know if it fell on our agenda or not, but there is an update when it comes to Avid. And the update with Avid is that previously the 8th graders were going to be in Google Classroom only, but now all 6th and 7th grade students that have an Avid class will be uploaded to a Google Classroom. Those students will not be using the Ingenuity 9th grade Avid course anymore. I believe that course says And this was 6th and 7th graders. They actually have been deleted off of their Ingenuity profile. So when your kiddos, some of your kiddos are going to log in and they're going to see one less class. If they have Avid, they need to go onto their Google account and look for the Google Classroom. That will be the Avid classroom. So please make sure that teachers that you notate that. I know that at first our strong message was we're only using Ingenuity. That is not true. We are using Ingenuity and Google Classroom for some of our coursework. And again, I will post a screencastify to show you the easy way to pull up a student's progress report and to show you where to get grades. And then you can email me or give me a call if you have any questions after that. Miss you guys very, very much. So happy to see so many of us together on the chat this morning. Thanks.
Hey y'all, and I wanted to just mention something real quick before Mr. O'Keefe starts talking about documentation. You know, we still have a lot of questions about the packets, but I just wanted to make a couple of statements just to address it. So I know there are a lot of parents that didn't get packets the first time and they want it for the second. Pretty much like Broussard said, the people that came the first time is 210 of them. We're going to make packets for those people, and those specific packets are going to be going out. It's just getting to the point now that although, you know, we do love our kids and we do love our community, we're not going to keep putting ourselves at risk for people that, you know, didn't take advantage of the first few days that we did it, and just keep going back up to the school. So it's going to be one of those things to where, hey, if you have an email address, email me. I'll email the packet to you. But this next round, when we do phase 2, is going to be the last time that we are going to be giving out packets, especially, you know, physically. So that's kind of where we're going. You know, I know we may have 1 or 2 people here or there that may have missed or whatnot, and we'll just have to work through that. But as far as us putting ourselves at risk and our families at risk to keep going up to the school to hand out these packets, that's not how that's going to go. So again, you know, they have questions, they're welcome to email us. I can tell them that directly. But that's kind of what's going on with the packets.
Oh.
So I'm going to go back and let Mr. O'Keefe pick up about documentation.
Hey, good morning, everybody. Happy Friday. So we just wanted to kind of discuss a little bit about some things that we should be keeping track of, and that is anytime that we're making contact with a parent or student, you should be logging that information into the Google Classroom on the sheet that's been provided for you, and it's the same place where you record your grades and everything like that. Just remember, whenever we were talking to parents, to maintain, the utmost professionalism. Make sure that you're, trying to be as strictly business as you can be. You might want to try to build a relationship and everything with the parent and also the student, but keep it professional. But just remember to record every time that you are sending this, making any kind of a call out to the parent, because we're going to be sending this information to the state. Even if a student has a packet, we should still be checking on the student. You should still be trying to find out from the parent, like, how are things going with the student? Are there any questions? And then documenting any kind of concerns that they may have and sharing that with the administration. So if you'll let us know about problems that are coming up, we'll try to come up with a solution and post it on the stream for everybody to see, because it's probably not just an isolated, type concern. So we want to make sure that everybody has the same answers and that we're uniformly saying the same things to parents as we speak with them. Have a great day.
You have a great day as well, Mr. O'Keefe. The one thing that I just wanted to reiterate on that is that we're in a very difficult time. And TA is very serious about the documentation. So that's one of the things when we're talking about, you know, somebody was asking, well, how are we going to grade the packet, and what if the kid doesn't get a packet and doesn't log on to the system? Well, it's our duty to document that at the least we attempted contact, and that we're trying to do our part. And in good faith, we're trying to get our kids on Edgenuity. And in good faith, if they don't have technology, we're trying to give them packets to work on. So that is our role. We just have to make sure that we are documenting everything and going from there. So documentation is very, very important. Of course, it's something that I have to submit to the district, and we're going to end up submitting it to TEA, the state. So continue to document. I think we've been doing a fabulous job. You know, we just don't sleep, and just, you know, keep doing it, making those contacts, and keep documenting them, because we definitely will need that later. And especially, I have a meeting today, again, about, you know, just about grades. What are we going to do with grades? How are we going to grade packets? You know, how are they going to be weighted? So I have a meeting today at 1 p.m. Just about that. But in the meantime, just make sure that we are taking those 2 grades and that we're documenting. All of the other stuff is going to work out in the future. Our part right now is just documentation of conversations, documentations of grades. So let's keep that up. And then the last thing that I really wanted to talk to y'all about is just the good vibes, man. I get a lot of conversations from parents. They message me on Twitter and emails and all of those things, and the parents are very supportive and very impressed with how we're handling things and the contacts that we made and how we're working with their kids. So I really appreciate it. Y'all keep up the good work, keep up the good vibes. I think we're in a good, in as best of a situation that we can possibly be in right now. Everybody seems to be on fire and working well. I'm working as a team. You know, and one of the main things I worried about is how are we going to communicate together as a team. And we really seem to be doing that. So I appreciate it. So we need to keep up the good vibes, keep up the good work. I appreciate y'all. Make sure that you use the chat for your questions. I'll take them today and we'll answer them. And I just want to leave with y'all knowing that we love you. Hold on, let me give you a screen for this. Just want y'all to know that we love you, we care about you, and if you have any concerns or questions or you need any help, to let me know. Thank y'all. Make sure you put your questions on your group chat, and we'll talk to y'all later. Thank you.
Wait, Mr. Bradley, one more thing. I just wanted to say that y'all follow the district on Twitter. They've, and on their Facebook page also, they put different committees together at the beginning of all of this, and they do want to keep everybody's spirits up. So just follow the district. Like this whole week we had theme days. Me and Ms. White put together a TikTok video to keep everybody kind of laughing and all the great things. So get a part of that just to keep your spirits up, and make sure that you're taking care of yourselves. Remember that, you know, we do so much, but we know that you have families at home. We know that you have all these different things. So take care of yourselves, keep your spirits high. And let's not all be on our 600-pound life because we're eating all our quarantine snacks, okay? All right, love y'all.
I had one other thing to mention too. I know that a teacher that's doing the packet with the kid had the kid kind of take a screenshot of the pages they had done. And so that teacher is kind of using that as a marker to you've done some work, you've completed something. So that may be an option. I'm not saying that that's necessarily required for documentation, but that's good documentation that the kid was able to show that teacher that they have been working through the packet pages. So you may just want to keep that in mind. It depends, of course, how you're communicating with the parent, but I just wanted to put that out there.